So the first thing I want to talk about is what our original demands were from Iran that Trump and the White House stated. No nuclear development, which means deal ends enrichment as a weapons pathway, dismantling the key infrastructure, and it doesn't hide behind vague language like current status quo. No nuclear ballistic missile development. I bring that up specifically. Any serious agreement must forbid ballistic missile development and testing. No terror abroad. Tehran must stop funding and directing Hezbollah, Hamas, and other proxies. And permanent toll-free Strait of Hormuz. And real verification and enforcement, meaning tough inspections, snapback penalties, and the ability to restore sanctions or military pressure. What were your thoughts on those original expectations and demands?
Well, I thought that was a no-brainer. I think you have to be tough. And whatever you decide, you can only get softer from there. So that's the main issue, is where we land with the MOU, the final agreement's going to be softer than the actual MOU. I believe that this is setting Iran up for failure because I don't think they can help themselves. And this MOU will be torn up.
I agree. 10 seconds each one. No nuclear development. Did you think that was possible when going into this?
Oh, absolutely. Why did we start bombing them in the first place? It was because we didn't want to have any nuclear development on their end. So that's a non-negotiable for sure.
No nuclear ballistic missile development. Did you think that was possible?
I mean, that's hand in hand, but I would say no ballistic missile development, period. Why do they need long-range missiles?
No terror abroad.
Yeah, absolutely. What they've been doing to Israel over the past few decades, unacceptable.
Past few decades? You mean since the creation of the state? Well, actually, you're right. Not Iran, but the Middle East in general. You're right. Since 79, 47 years. Permanent toll-free Strait of Hormuz?
International waters. So that's not
right.
a negotiable thing either. That has to be international, free for all ships.
Okay, tough inspections, meaning real verification, because remember the JCPOA and every other agreement, the inspections have never happened to the degree that they had agreed for them to happen. Your thoughts on that with the original demands?
Obama made the same demands. Here's the difference. So now we've decimated their military. It will take them at least 10 years to rebuild to any type of...
The question is allowing of inspectors to come in versus how they've done it in the past. Was that a realistic demand?
Absolutely. But what I'm trying to say is that they're in a different spot than we were with Obama. They had everything intact, but right now everything's in tatters over there. So we still need to have those strong inspections, but we're definitely at a stronger spot and they're in a weaker spot than they were just a year ago.
To deny the inspections, they're not in as strong a position.
Yeah, they can't deny it. And
okay. So that said, you said earlier you expected the final outcome to be a little bit softer. All those demands are pretty much non-negotiable. So to me, that was the bottom line. This was as far as we could go. To me, there was no negotiation.
Right. So this was the softest agreement that we could ever come to, which is why we started bombing them in the first place.
Exacto mundo. Okay, now that we've drawn the line for what a real Iran deal should look like, let's talk about the guy trying to sell this one as wisdom instead of surrender. JD Vance, the salesman. JD Vance. I have a cure-all here. It's called the MOU for Iran. You won't believe how great this MOU is. The View, Megyn Kelly, everywhere I went to sell snake oil. Hey, everybody, this is William Del Pilar, founder of Grumblings Media, and I want to say thank you for watching our content. If you want to support our